me?
No, it depends on operation.
Okay, if you build a system around your money, let's take a scenario. I say, because I'm a Christian, 10% for tithing, 30% for operations for house and everything. That's 40%, right? 20% for savings. That's 60%. That savings later at some point goes into investment so that I can keep earning. That's 60%. 10% for charity, my dependents, and all those people that come across. That's 70%. Then what else? Maybe, not 10% for Lala, and then another 20% for rent. I'm accruing. That's what I want people to do. Come at the end of the day, say your rent is due. So, you have the 1 year to plan for it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay, so 10% for Lala, 20% for rent, accruals. So that's the system, right? Now, let's say I earn 100K for easy calculation. So at the end of the year, I have saved 20K a month for rent. So I am good for 240K rent. That's retail banking, that's retail business. It's calm. I'm good for 240K. I'm good for 120K in a year. Which means I can't travel abroad. Do you understand what I'm saying? Which means that I can go to Calabar. Yes. We'll go by road. We'll enjoy. Do you understand what I'm saying? Which also means that one movie a week, probably. That's it, right? My savings is also 240, right? Now, I can decide to invest my savings. In cash flow analysis, investment activities are things that you do to, that you expect return. So that investment might even be education, right? Because I'm not investing in myself. So I see a course, Excel, whatever. I put 200K in it, out of my 240K, right? And because of that Excel skills, I'm now taking side jobs, financial modeling of another 60K a month. I have put money in something that has increased my capacity to earn. Or I just put my 240K in treasury bills. And it's doing 10% a year, 24K. That 24K, as insignificant as it seems, over the space of 20 years, is something. You know, so this is what I mean by building a system around the money. Now, when my 10K per month for Lala finishes, it has finished. Now the question is, when I'm in event, what sort of event?
I'm interpreting it this way. What if I send it for my investment, I've already invested, and then I've already gone to Calabar and spent money. And then something comes up, maybe a training, and then they slash the percentage. So instead of paying 100%, I'm paying 45%. But I've already spent investment money, and I spent.
Will you still?
Money, so
will you still?
I think this person wants to take money from somewhere to feel that it is an opportunity that can bring money back to you.
Exactly. Now, on your balance sheet as a human being, you have interest-bearing liability and non-interest-bearing liability. As a company, liabilities are what you owe, right? If you feel that the business case is showing, for instance, Harvard says this course is free, someone has paid your ticket and the course is free. But it's Harvard. If you mention Harvard anyway, okay, so I can look for non-interest-bearing liability and say, you know, but you see, the point of those are exceptions. The point of building a system around your resources is that it ensures that you are prepared to take advantage of opportunity. Once in a while, things will pop up in life. Guess what? Over 5 years, you are doing the right system. You have but it's not that you say there's an opportunity now. The house is 100 million, they say they're selling for 50 million. You earn 100K. You say it's not your, you are not in the neighborhood, they are not talking about you when they start to buy.
Okay.
I have a personal experience. I was in Israel in 2009. And when it was about the week for us to come back, I was selected among few people that wanted to be Israeli youth ambassador status in Israel. So 2007, I can't remember. But I'm going to be $500,000 to attend the training in the University of Israel. It's a huge opportunity. because the Israeli ambassador to the United Nations was going to be there to present the certificate, and he locked us into that stage. Around that time, I had just invested about 3 times of what I needed to invest in that ambassadorial opportunity. I went creative. Let me talk to people that I render services to. If I can exchange my service for phone now, I render the service to them in the future, I collect the money now. Do you understand what I'm saying? In the course of running around for that, people don't know. Sincerely speaking, I believe I've given it a shot to get that opportunity. It didn't come. I wasn't able to take it. Okay? And the advantage of this is that somebody here must begin to actually look at the possibility of increasing your network. Like I said, you are not saving for rate, you are saving for opportunity. And the big lesson that opportunities have is shelf life. It's not always that. So you must get very ready for those opportunities. I was ready, but I was not very ready. So I lost that opportunity. I believe somebody is taking a big lesson from that. Thank you very much.
Give a chance together for it. I think that the mentality that has just been corrected here is don't save for a rainy day. When we think of saving, especially amongst the youth, we think of that phone you want to buy that and father say you cannot afford. So putting money together, yeah, I will buy. I don't think that's what saving is for. And you're not saving for the day when you become free. There's food money separate. So you're saving for opportunity. Now, opportunity could be to invest and it could be to educate yourself. But then you have to be prepared, otherwise you will lose it. And then you said you thought about asking the people whom you render services to if you can render some services to them in future and get paid now. Now, I wouldn't have thought of something like that. And this next person is asking that to have a business mind, is it God-given? You have it, you have it. You don't have it. Or can you train yourself to develop a business mind?
There is no capacity that we find out that anybody brought from them. I can't be corrected. Everybody around here are 100% stupid. The day you are home, you are 100% stupid. You get it? But as you keep learning, your level of stupidity is dropping. Your knowledge level is increasing. They go opposite direction. So it is the area where you want to lower your stupidity that you continue to learn. So if somebody wants to have a paradigm shift in the mind, they call it mind engineering, to shift your paradigm from job earning, or salary earning, to business ownership, it is possible. There's no one when they come in, they find a complimentary card in his pocket and say, this guy is managing director. So we have over-spiritualized things in this part of the world. And that is the reason why many of us are where we are. We believe that every day, everything is about God. God has done all that he needs to do. Don't stop troubling him. He gave you a head so that you can think. God will think for you. Everything you need, God has done it. Let those that want to go into business, make up these who are going to go into business. If you don't want to go into it, God become permanent secretary in the ministry now. Hand whatever you can hand. And good luck to you. So it's not about God. It's about you. Everybody's destiny has been placed in his hand. You can watch it and you can play it. Thank you.
Alright, so thank you, sir. Please stand together. Do you think that's true what they are saying? Because you're getting to the point of okay. In a few years, you will want to attend a conference like this and they will ask you for not just all your money, but all your tips, your arms, your legs to pay to enter, to listen to people speak. So you should make use of this. Please put your hands together for the speakers. This question is for Mr. Olumide. What's the role of branding, example, business logos and advertisement for SMEs? Before we started today, I asked someone what she does, and said she does makeup, and then I asked her, what's your business name? I don't really have one, haven't thought of one. And then I asked someone, I'm like, he doesn't really know, he does the animation. So is it important for you to actually brand your business? This is what I'm called, this is what we do, this is what we believe in. How important is that? And what's the role?
I would say it's the most outstanding thing that will position and sell your products. I'll give this illustration of something that happened a while back. I was trying to get, when we first started making popcorns years ago, I was trying to get an outlet. And then I went there, and the manager said, we don't accept things like that. Airtel wants to have that spot, and we don't want such things like popcorn inside this restaurant. I was like, oh really? So I went back and I said, let me put this thing together properly. I put together a proposal, just 4 pages. The first page was killer. I got one guy from somewhere who could kill it and say, kill, die. When you open it, your heart will shiver. Put 4 pages together and we sold the idea that we want to have and why we need to put that popcorn stand in that restaurant. We sent it to them, and the CEO of the restaurant called me. He said, I don't believe that. So what do you guys want to do here? Come and start, come and start, come and start. And that's how we locked down that location. So you need to package your idea until it gets to an extent where it becomes irresistible. When I teach on branding, I say that anybody that is reading your proposal must read your proposal in 4 minutes. If after 4 minutes they are reading, they lose consciousness of what they're doing, they need to pick up their phone, like my phone is vibrating and I want to know. So they want to know what to do next. So if your brand does not have that intimidating presence, first of all, before they will consider whether or not your product or service is good, if you cannot invite them, you have lost the deal, right? Finally, I did something for someone, and the guy had never ever met me before, but I sent in just a few pages of what I could do, and I got a call. And it's a Fortune 500 company. So you don't wait until when you just kill it with your branding and remember what I said about B2B, look for somebody somewhere who you can exchange services with. Offer to do them, give them something while they brand your products if you don't have the money to pay, right?
Okay, but I do go around talking to people like this, organizing seminars with environment. What I walk down to the and say, sir, I want to do your official document. When he said it, I look at him and say, you must be a very brilliant chap. Because if he's around me, sometimes he get to know that I go places talking to people and all that. So when he come along, then he became a member of my faculty. So when we are invited to places, I want to say, how many of you are coming, sir? He said, we are 8. His name is there. From there, whether I like it or not, he captured, let me use the word capture. He captured my market. As people began to see him around me all the time when I go out, when I went to Wari to Asaba to train Chevron staff, he was there. So sometimes you need to look at opportunities around you. Locate someone whose life activities is burdening of your business. Try to render for him free service. If it's not a wicked man, he will be paying for it. Somebody went to a company and said, I'm a graduate of geography, I have a master's degree, I want to render for service for you. He said, how? They made him to meet with the MD. I said, are you serious? I said, I'm serious. I said, okay, well, at the end of the month, the MD had to pay him. The man just thought about it. I don't think it is wise for me to let this boy go without anything. That was how he used free service to enter the organization that he actually wanted to work for. Do you get that now? So you need to look around you, locate opportunities, plant yourself in it. Thank you.
And I think it's a bit in line with what Mr. Mide was saying when he said you should trade. I can do this for you, how about you do this for me? It's not always about money, and we've heard that today. Take that with you. It's not about money. I can do something, what can you do? Okay, let's work together. You find someone else, trade. I think we should maximize, and we're inside OA where everything is relatively cheap, and we know each other. Or at least you know someone who knows someone. Maximize on those relationships. It could really take you a long way. Now this person wants to have access to the speakers for further guidance and mentoring. You will get their Twitter handles, their email addresses for that. I don't know if I should be asking this question. Okay. Then this question says, I'll ask myself this question. When I walk up to someone, I need a successful person in my line, how do I go about connecting with them and maximizing network of connections? Maximizing networking, I don't know what's working.
I will always say that if anybody must ever remember you for anything, please make sure they remember you for the solution that you created. are not a problem. Most of the time, people will either remember you for the solution you created or for the problem you helped create somehow, right? So solution or problem. So I believe that if you meet someone for the first time and you don't have anything to offer, just imagine yourself in a lift with the MD of Zenith Bank. You just stumble at him, maybe at the mall. Yeah, good morning, sir. And you start smiling. And he's smiling at you back. And you can identify that this is the MD of Zenith Bank. What will you say? So make sure you are ready. Just like this earlier speakers have said, they've always be ready for the opportunity. Because the opportunity will come. You have to be ready to offer something that they have not heard before. Have something meaningful to say. Prepare it. They call it the elevator speech. Stand in front of your mirror and pretend that you're talking to Barack Obama. What would you say to him? Pretend you're talking to the president of Nigeria. What will you say? What's that one solution? Have you been, start thinking about intellectual solutions you can provide. If you have an opportunity to meet with Buhari, you meet him at an event, what will you say to him? Sir, I have a friend, and I won't mention his name, but he takes advantage of those opportunities because he's a UN ambassador. Every time he goes out of the country for a meeting, he meets Kofi Annan or he meets one president of one, he just says, I read about a problem in your country and I think the solution to the problem is so. The guy looks at him like, oh really? And he says, what's your name? And he tells him, he says, give me your card. And then the person gives him, so he will boast and brag and say, I met with the Prime Minister of Japan and here's his card. And amongst us as friends, he talks about it. I'm like, everybody knows that, he does it intentionally, but please do it, make it intentional. Sit down, think about and ask yourself, how can I be a solution to problems? They will always remember you and they will call you. Some years ago, I had this issue. I was getting telephone calls from celebrities to help them do things online for free because they know I do it for free. And one day I said, no more, ever. I don't care whether it's MI or like, never ever will I. Once they just call me and say, I'm sorry, I can't do it. They say, why? You did it for me the last time. I said, because I'll now charge you a fee. And guess what? They started paying. So what was the difference? I was drinking Gary because I was doing it for free on my raw talents. So now I've gone to develop myself further. I found an online course. I had to pay like 200K and back to the B2B. Guess what I did? I didn't pay the money. I walked up to somebody in the UK who I've been doing business with. I said, I'm going to offer this service for you. You pay 200,000 for my course, my online course on social media, digital marketing. And the person said, I'll think about it 3 days.